There are 6 mistakes that humanity has kept repeating century after century, believing that trampling on the interests of others will somehow benefit us, worrying about things we can no longer change or fix from the past, insisting that something is impossible simply because we ourselves cannot do it, refusing to let go of petty preferences, neglecting the growth and purification of the soul, trying to force others to believe and live exactly as we do. Marcus Tullius Cicero, believing that trampling on others' interests will help us. This is the mistake of seemingly powerful selfishness. Yet, in reality, the truth always circles back. Crushing others only digs a deep chasm between us and trust, between us and humanity. No gain ever lasts when it is built upon someone else's pain, worrying about things we can no longer change or fix. This is the mistake of souls imprisoned in the pit of time. The past has flowed away like a river. Useless worry only drags us deeper without changing a single thing, declaring something impossible simply because we ourselves cannot do it. This is the mistake of self-limitation. When we slam the door on possibilities, we lose the chance to try, to stumble, and to grow. Refusing to overlook small, trivial preferences, this is the mistake of a rigid heart. Seeing the little things, the simple joys, and letting go of pointless irritations is how we keep the soul calm and clear. Neglecting the growth and purification of the soul, this is the mistake of stagnation. When the soul is not nourished, wisdom withers, and we easily lose ourselves in shallow desires instead of touching the deeper essence of life. Trying to drag others into believing and living exactly as we do this is the mistake of arrogance. Each person has their own path. Forcing them to follow ours only breeds conflict and closes the door to genuine learning and exchange. These 6 mistakes are like hidden currents running through human history. Invisible, yet strong enough to bend the tree of life, topple trust, and block the soul's progress. Only by recognizing, learning from, and avoiding them can we move forward with freedom, wisdom, and peace. A mistake is only truly a mistake when we learn nothing from it. Henry Ford. The essence of a mistake does not lie in falling, but in how we rise again. A mistake that teaches us something is like a pebble we trip over on the path. It hurts for a moment, yet because of it, we learn to walk more carefully. But a mistake that offers no lesson is truly frightening, for it becomes a pit we may fall into again and again. When we draw wisdom from a mistake, it ceases to be a stain and becomes a stepping stone to maturity. It is like the cracks in the trunk of an ancient tree. They may look ugly, yet those very cracks create its unique beauty. Every mistake carries a silent lesson, waiting for us to listen. Those who hear the lesson walk on in clarity. Those who refuse are forever chased by the same mistake. A mistake is only blameworthy when we let it repeat itself. Once we extract wisdom from it, the mistake becomes a quiet, strict, but fair teacher. And sometimes, the very stumbles are the map that success rarely carries. Experience is simply the name we give our mistakes. Oscar Wilde. In life's journey, mistakes are often seen as wounds. Yet if we are sensitive enough, they are hidden treasures. When we call them experience, they suddenly become the paving stones leading to maturity. Mistakes cease to be shameful and become the measure of wisdom, proof that a person is truly living, daring to try. A wave crashes onto the shore. At first, it knocks us off balance, yet when it recedes, it leaves precious marks guiding our next steps. When we rename mistakes as experience, we do not merely accept them, we honor the value they bring. Those seemingly failed moments teach us to walk more gently, to see life more deeply, and to cherish every step of growth. Life never hands out experience in certificates or praise. It gives it only to those brave enough to fall and then stand up again. And from those very mistakes, wisdom is forged, sturdy as an ancient tree with roots deep in the earth. From afar, no one sees the countless storms it endured to stand tall today. Everyone makes mistakes. The least rash are those quickest to repent. Voltaire. In this life, no one passes through without leaving dusty footprints. Mistakes are as natural as breathing, as the shadow that follows each of us. What makes the difference is not whether we err, but how we respond when we realize we have strayed. Those who admit fault quickly are not weak. They possess a rare strength born of wisdom and honesty with themselves. Admitting fault swiftly means a heart sensitive enough to listen, a mind clear enough to look back, and an ego soft enough not to hide behind pride. They are calm like a morning lake, sometimes rippled, yet always returning to its original clarity. The rash, however, rush forward with noisy hearts, never pausing to see what they have just dropped. Repentance is not merely acknowledging the mistake. It is the quiet turning that brings us closer to maturity. When we dare to say, "I was wrong," we open the door to becoming a brighter, stronger version of ourselves. And those who can bow before their errors are the ones least likely to repeat them. From the mistakes of others, the wise correct their own. Publilius Syrus. Some lessons in life do not require us to pay with our own pain. With careful observation, we can see the path ahead, illuminated by the stumbles of those who went before us. A torch of wisdom reminding us that true understanding lies not in avoiding every mistake, but in learning from what we never directly suffered. The wise are like climbers who spot the wrong turns of those ahead. They neither mock nor judge, but quietly adjust their own steps to avoid the same abyss. They know life is too short to repeat failures already forewarned, and every mistake, whoever's it is, serves as a mirror, reflecting truths we have not yet seen. That subtlety is not cold intelligence. It is wisdom steeped in compassion, seeing others' errors to understand ourselves, watching life to grow more gently. The wise do not stand atop others' failures to appear superior. They bend down, quietly gather the lesson, and carry it in their own life's pack. Thus, those who learn from others' mistakes travel farther and steadier, not because they are perfect, but because they listen to life's whispered warnings. If you close the door on every mistake, truth will be left outside. Rabindranath Tagore. There are doors in life we think locking tight will keep hurt away. Yet truth is like morning sunlight. To touch skin, to light the room, it must be allowed through even the smallest crack. If you close the door on every mistake, truth will be left outside, a gentle whisper that awakens us. Mistakes are not enemies. They are guests knocking, carrying lessons wrapped in crumpled paper. If we lock the door in fear, we refuse not only pain, but also the chance to grow. A garden. If we never sow seeds for fear of dirty soil, we will never see flowers bloom. We mature by stumbling, just as river stones are smoothed by constant collision with the current. Truth does not appear at the end of a perfectly smooth road. It flashes in the moment we realize we were wrong and dare to rise. Open the door. Let mistakes enter and speak what success can never teach. How to become resilient, understanding, and profound. When we have the courage to face darkness, light will find its way in. We reach truths we thought unattainable only by passing through a series of mistakes. Aldous Huxley. We are travelers walking through the thick fog of life. Truth lies far ahead, hazy, glimmering like a distant spark on the horizon. It seems out of reach. Yet strangely, the very wrong turns, the slips, the seemingly useless mistakes become lanterns lighting the way. Each mistake marks a milestone on life's map, showing where we went wrong and where we must continue. They are like stones blocking the path. Yet looking back, we realize stepping over them made us stronger. Without mistakes, we would walk forever in the darkness of illusion. Only by falling do we discover the shape of the ground beneath us. Truth is not a gift for the perfect. It is the reward for the persistent. It does not sit at the unreachable peak of absolute correctness, but along the journey of correction, in never ceasing to learn from what seemed like failure. Just as diamonds are born from the pressure of ages, so are we polished by thousands of imperfect experiences. And then, quite naturally, we touch truth, not through perfect steps, but through daring to keep walking despite having been wrong. I was born to make mistakes, not to pretend to be perfect. Drake. Some words ring like gentle bells in the soul, waking us from the suffocating pressure to appear flawless. I was born to make mistakes, not to pretend to be perfect. A courageous confession, a soft yet sturdy armor, shielding us from life's stifling expectations. We are not flawless stone statues. We are flowing water, breath, heartbeat, always changing, always learning. Every mistake is proof that we have lived, dared to try, stepped beyond the safe zone. The perfection we try to wear is merely a shiny mask that makes breathing difficult. When we allow ourselves to err, we also allow ourselves to grow. Mistakes are like scratches on wood that give a table, soul, and story. So are we. The rough edges, the unfinished corners create our unique character. As long as we keep learning, keep moving, keep facing ourselves, every mistake becomes another rung on the ladder to clarity. Don't pretend to be perfect. Live truly, live fully, live as a human growing day by day. It is our very imperfection that makes us beautiful in the most authentic way. It is not wise to be certain of one's own wisdom. It is healthy to remember that the strongest may weaken and the wisest may err. Mahatma Gandhi. The truly wise do not know everything. They remain forever ready to learn more from life, from others, even from the smallest things. The strongest can grow weary. They may fall like a great tree struck by storm. The wisest can still err, just as the full moon waxes and wanes. That is not failure. It is the natural law of existence. Weakness and mistakes do not diminish our worth. They make us humbler, more mature, more real. The wisest thing we can do is keep our hearts soft as soil, ready to receive, ready to change. When we know we might be wrong, we become deeper. When we remember we can weaken, we become stronger. And when we understand that wisdom is not an unchanging crown, but an endless journey of learning, we walk through life with a peaceful heart and an ever-open mind. The wise learn from the mistakes of others. Fools insist on making their own. Tony Gaskins. In the journey of becoming human, wisdom is forged not only from our own wounds, but from watching the stumbles of others. The wise stand like lighthouse keepers. They see another ship run aground and steer clear of the same dark waters. They know not every lesson needs to be paid for with their own pain. So they watch, they listen, and they gather what others traded for, with time, tears, and loss. Fools, on the other hand, rush blindly forward, believing only personal failure teaches. They are like those who touch fire, despite seeing countless others burned before them, not out of courage, but arrogance, convinced they will be the exception to a rule already painfully clear. And the price they pay is often far greater than they ever imagined. True wisdom is the ability to look at others' lives and reflect on our own. It is knowing when to stop, when to avoid, growing more gently and with less pain because we heed the warnings already given. The wise learn from others' mistakes because they are deep enough to understand that wisdom comes not only from experience, but from awareness. Learning from your own mistakes is important. Learning from others is wiser. Learning from others' successes is best of all. Rohn. In the art of being human, knowledge arrives not only from books, but from collisions, falls, and quiet moments of watching life. Learning from our own mistakes is the foundation of growth. Like a young tree, discovering how deep its roots go in strong wind. Those lessons are carved into the heart, unforgettable, transformative from within. Yet the subtle know that not every experience requires personal injury. Learning from others' mistakes is a shorter, brighter path, like walking in footprints already pressed into wet sand, avoiding the pits the first traveler fell into. That is the clarity of wisdom, using others' lessons as lanterns for our own road. But the highest form of learning lies not in mistakes, but in observing others' successes. Behind every success lies an invisible architecture of effort, strategy, faith, and discipline. When we study how someone stands tall, we gather tools to rise ourselves. When we treat another's success as a map, we find our way without groping in the dark. Learning from ourselves is the beginning. Learning from others' failures is wisdom. Learning from their successes, that is the leap to new heights. I learned from my mistakes. It's a very painful way to learn, but without pain, there is no harvest. Johnny Cash. Some lessons arrive not as gentle advice, but as collisions that sting the heart. Learning from our own mistakes is the road no one wants to take. Yet it is the surest path to maturity. It is like touching a thorn before learning caution, or slipping on wet stone before looking down. Mistakes hurt, but that very pain etches truth into memory more enduringly than any lecture. Pain is a strict teacher who never lies. It shows us what needs fixing, what to leave behind, where to grow stronger, and through pain, we become deeper, like a seed cracking open in dark soil before it can rise as a sturdy sprout. Without breaking, a person rarely grows. Without pain, there is no harvest, for fruit never ripens on paths too smooth. Every drop of sweat, every fall, every disappointment, every sleepless night, together, they create our own golden season. So even if mistakes leave scars, we remain grateful, for they teach us to become better versions of ourselves. Become a sponge that absorbs whatever is useful on the road of life. Do not waste years repeating mistakes others have already made. Earl Nightingale. Life is a vast ocean where each of us is a small boat drifting among waves of experience and lessons. Only those who know how to soak up wisdom can sail far without being sunk by mistakes already forewarned. To be a sponge is to listen, to observe, to see others' stumbles, and silently remind ourselves to walk more carefully. A sponge does not choose by emotion, but by clarity, absorbing what nourishes, filtering out what poisons. So too with us, if we select only what has value, we grow faster and stronger without needless wounds. Life is short. Repeating others' mistakes robs us of time to build something new for ourselves. The lessons of those who went before are lighthouses, markers on hidden reefs, wordless reminders. The wise do not wait for pain to learn avoidance. They absorb wisdom from stranger stories and turn it into armor for themselves. They understand that every moment spared from a mistake is a moment given to growth and success. On life's road, stay soft enough to receive, yet firm enough to choose. Learn from others' pain so your own path is smoother and brighter. I postpone death by living, by suffering, by erring, by risking, by giving, by losing. Anais Nin. Suffering, mistakes, risk, giving, loss. They sound like life's darker colors, yet they are the clearest proof that we are truly alive. We do not grow in the safe zone. We expand our souls only by letting life bruise, scratch, and then heal us. Like a tree that grows sturdy through storms, the human heart grows stronger each time it falls and rises again. Living is not waiting for joy to fall into our laps. It is walking fully through everything life offers happiness or hurt. Every stumble lengthens our wakefulness. Every act of love and giving renews the blood of the soul. And every loss lifts us higher, letting us see how precious this life truly is. Live deeply, not hurriedly. Live truly, not evasively. Live to postpone death through the very things that make us human. Creativity is allowing yourself to make mistakes. Art is knowing which ones to keep. Scott Adams. Creativity is never a straight line. It is a maze of trials, falls, and discoveries. Allowing yourself to err is the ticket into that maze, the way we stretch imagination and shatter self-imposed walls. In creativity, mistakes are not failures, but bridges to fresh ideas, breakthroughs no one expected. Yet art does not stop at making mistakes. Art is the ability to spot value amid the chaos of errors, to rescue, to keep, to breathe life into it, like a potter shaping flawed clay into perfection, or a musician choosing the right note among hundreds of wrong ones to create a melody that echoes. In creativity, mistakes are raw material, but the essence lies in the discerning eye that turns temporary failure into something eternal. Making mistakes is a right. Keeping the valuable ones is art. Creativity is daring to step into the darkness of possibility. Art is lighting that darkness with wisdom and heart. Anyone can make mistakes, but only a fool stubbornly clings to them. Marcus Tullius Cicero. Mistakes are inevitable in the human journey, like waves hitting the shore, shaking us, yet teaching us to stand firmer. We all stumble, we all lose our way, and those very stumbles prove we are alive, learning, growing, but clinging stubbornly to mistakes is another story. It is like roots tangled deep in the soil, preventing the tree from growing straight, the heart from opening. Only fools refuse to see truth, clutching errors like false treasures, heedless of how they drag themselves and others down. Wisdom lies in bending down to gather the lesson, washing it clean with awareness and courage, then walking on with greater understanding. Mistakes themselves are not frightening. Stubborn refusal to learn from them is the true shackle of the soul. Those who dare release their mistakes are the ones who become truly free. Those who insist on keeping them remain chained by their own hands. Better to be passionate and make many mistakes than cautious and shallow. Vincent Van Gogh. Passion is fire, an unstoppable flow in the heart that dares us to reach, to try, to face the unknown. Mistakes made in passion are like flashes of light in the dark, brilliant, fleeting, yet leaving marks, lessons, life. Excessive caution and narrow vision are like standing on the riverbank, too afraid of slipping to ever step into the vast current. Life passes in pale shades, and the heart withers before untasted possibilities. Better to fall many times knowing we lived, tried, burned brightly, than to stay safe and regret forever, never daring to move. The mistakes of the passionate are treasures of experience. Excessive caution is merely the cage of a soul that never dared to live. Passion is the ticket, mistakes the map. Experience the gift received only by those who dare to enter. Life is not for those who fear mistakes, but for those who dare to live fully.